Mwah. What's up, YouTube? Poor.Mans.Podcast back with another video. Today's video is going to be ready to settle down montage. Alright, before I get into the video, I gotta do the YouTube stuff. The goal is 10,000 subscribers by June. It's a crazy goal, it's a big goal, but it's my goal. Alright, and the only way I'm gonna get there is if y'all give me the HBO special. Do you know what the HBO special is? That's the Help a Brother Out special, alright? So go on and help a brother out. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Ready to settle down montage. Let's get into it.
And here's a secret that many guys don't know, especially in today's day and age, is that women love nice guys. We may not understand how much we love and appreciate them until we're a little older, and we've gotten that sort of asshole phase out of our systems. I'd say by our late 20s, early 30s is the point in our lives when we're just exhausted by the jerks and we have no time in our lives anymore for them. So we really start looking for men who we know will be great long-term partners, aka nice guys.
Okay, so basically to translate, it's everything we assumed as men, everything that we already know in female nature, them just saying it out loud and not even understanding that they're saying what we've been saying all along. This happens so many times. So many times do women say they want something, and then when it comes to them admitting it, it takes a little bit of time, but you can usually get women to tell on themselves if you let them talk for long enough. All right, and this isn't to say that women are in any case dumber or stupid. It's just that their emotions cloud their judgment when they're in a debate, quote unquote. So as soon as their emotions get involved, their logic goes out of the window. So if you get a woman cool, calm, and collected and let her explain herself, generally speaking, they'll come up and tell you exactly what you've already kind of thought all along. And in this case, this is something that we already know. What they want you to do, though, is they want to spend all of their prime having sex with every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the community. And then when it's time to settle down, when their prime is starting to wear out and men are starting to get into their prime, which is early 30s, mid 30s, they want you now to commit as the good guy once you're starting to move into your prime. I had a guy in the last live, I forget the name. I had a guy in my last live. He called in and he had pretty much the same sentiment. He had been struggling, well, in his early 20s, he wasn't getting no play. And now that he's in his mid 30s and he's made a lot of money in real estate, women are trying to jump on the bandwagon, and he was asking, is it wrong for him to have standards? And I told him, they had standards with you when you was in your early 20s and you ain't had no money. So now that you've worked hard and you've sacrificed your 20s to get to where you are, you deserve to have all the standards in the world, and nobody should try to make you feel bad about having those standards. But pretty much, yeah, she just said what we all knew, right? Isn't that what we all knew? And in so many of these videos, women, they just end up saying what we already know. Let's continue.
Right? And that's you. But don't worry. There are plenty of women your age too who are dying to meet a really nice, good guy.
Like right now, because I'm 19, I think I would like a confident sort of looking alpha male. But later on in life, I'll definitely like the more safe guy, the more, someone that I would potentially like to marry. Like later on in life though, the more safe guy.
I'm telling you, it's premeditated murder. It is what it is. It's premeditated. A lot of these women already know what they're doing. They know what they're going after. They know that these good guys aren't feasible. They know that they're not really something that can last. But they don't care because that's what their biology tells them to want. And it is what it is. You can't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Wait for your time to shine. Keep grinding in your 20s. Get money. Drink water. HBO, H2O, hydrate and motivate throughout your whole 20s. Stay healthy, stay fit, and watch the grass grow in your 30s. Okay, so keep grinding. Let them do what they want to do in their 20s, and then you have the final laugh when you get into your mid 30s. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Get after it. Stay motivated. Keep working hard, and you won't have to worry about feeling bitter about women not wanting you in your 20s. Because especially if you stay athletic, you stay fit, that in and of itself will bridge the gap by the time the 30s, because How many women are really staying fit into their 30s? We already know it as a fact that 70% of women total in America are overweight or obese. 80% of black women in particular, and my audience happens to be 90% black or African American. So I say this in African American terms, 80% of African American sisters are overweight or obese. So if you stay fit in your 30s, you already making a gap. You're already going to be more wanted than you were in your early 20s. And then you can have the final say and the final laugh and the pick of the lot when you get there. But you got to keep working. Don't just get bitter and start hating women for them doing what they're biologically designed to do. What do you want? I mean, it's the game. Let's continue.
And later on in life, though.
This is Megta, I guess.
I understand why people want these things, and when you're trying to deliver a service, it's like you want to say to people, I don't make the rules. I'm really sorry that it should be the case. It should be that women should be able to focus on their careers, get to 35, and then want to settle down and find a man who's 35, same age as them, give or take a couple of years, and equally successful, if not more than them. That should be the case. That should be right. But it's not.
Says who?
We can should.
Should.
The women, I suppose. You think, why
Yeah.
shouldn't I?
Yeah.
But that's not the case. So then there was a lot of angry women, and I understand that. And yeah, so women around 35 who wanted to meet a 35-year-old man. And it's unfair. It's unfair that the 35-year-old man can then date a 27-year-old girl.
Why is that unfair? I just see, and this is the part that kind of gets me upset, is because as men, we have to understand, and I do promote that you understand that this is just human nature. Women are going to do what they're going to do. All you can really do is work on yourself and be self-accountable. Okay? So I just don't understand why women think that it's fair when they get when they're in their prime and they're going out and they get to have fun and have sex with whoever they want and focus on their careers until they're 35. And now all the 35-year-old men who have worked hard throughout their 20s want to start dating 27-year-old women. Like, you've had your time to do that, and you were doing that when you were 27. And now that there are new 27-year-olds, you think that the game is going to change just because you're a woman and you want the world to be how you want it to be. No, you shouldn't have wasted your 20s trying to do what you was doing. And now you're in a bad predicament. Like, I don't understand why women can't take responsibility for what their decisions were in their 20s. They feel like the world should just be given to them on a silver platter because they quote unquote work hard. All men know that you can work hard your entire life and never really go anywhere. Women just assume because they quote unquote worked hard and focused on their career that they should then be given a man on a silver platter once they hit 35 because they're out of their prime now and the DMs have dried out. Let's be honest. You're not getting as many DMs when you're 35 as you were when you were 25. So the game is less fun because you're competing against people that are better than you, and those are the 25-year-old women. So now that the game is not fun anymore, you want to flip the table instead of taking responsibility for you wasting your 20s and now settling down with the man that may not be your ideal man that you could have gotten when you were 25. But again, you decided to waste those years. So now here we are. Ladies, take responsibility. If you waste your time, if you date bad dudes, if you have sex with bad men or bad guys or the bad boy or guys you know that aren't fit to be fathers, why are you upset when the man isn't a father? And then you're blaming other men for being bad or trash or whatever you want to say. I just don't understand the concept. The lack of responsibility and accountability is just gotten way out of hand. Women just think that they can do whatever they want and they don't have to be responsible for any of it. But let's continue.
It's not fair.
Okay, so they.
But it's the way it is, and I couldn't do anything about it. So that's when the sort of the customer satisfaction became a bit challenging.
But the underlying sort of thing you're saying there's a 27-year-old girl is better than a 35-year-old girl?
No, not at all.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
so then what's wrong with the 35-year-old?
Well, you're a man. You should be able to answer that one.
No, I know. I disagree. I don't think, you know, a 35-year-old girl who's lived and who has experiences and conversation, all that sort of stuff is great.
I think so. Yeah, I think everything being equal.
Sure.
I think that make that very clear.
Yeah.
Everything being equal.
But most men actually, they would be like, no, I'll go date a 23-year-old.
I mean, I'm just second guessing them really here, but
you would know. You've seen this.
Yeah, I would say it's the pressure
Sure.
if a man wants to date a woman and he's thinking if he wants to get married and have a family,
Right.
he doesn't make the decision very quickly. He doesn't want to make that decision and think, oh God, shit, she's 35.
Sure.
I've got to really start thinking that quickly. I want to get to know a girl and have fun, and I'm in no hurry, and I don't want that pressure. So it's nothing that the woman was doing wrong. It was just, I think, that the man felt a bit of extra pressure.
You said on your website, 28 is the most eligible age for women. By 35, she'll have only a 30% chance of marriage.
Boom.
Tell us what that means.
A 30% chance of marriage.
She's run the numbers, thousands.
Wow. Yeah.
So, like, you've seen the world, and I've read a lot about your articles. But can you kind of explain what you saw? I mean, you in one thing you said, like, you're 28, you're a female, you've been there before, you're going out, you're choosing not that guy, not the scrawny guy in IT, not that guy. Yeah. And then you wake up and you're 34, 35, and you're like, okay, now I want to start a family. And then the guy is now no longer interested in you; he's interested in you 5 years ago.
Yes, there's
Exactly.
a big power shift.
Can you explain that shift to people like Colin who won't admit?
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm happy this man stepped up and said exactly what it is. And I'm sorry if the audio is a little bit off. This is a video. I haven't seen the full video before, so I'm adjusting on the fly in terms of the audio. I tried to turn it up a little bit. I don't want it too loud to blow your ears out. But anyway, I appreciate him because he kept it real. The other guy was willing to say, oh, no, 35-year-old women, I love the experience. I love this and this and that. Compete. Okay? Stop being a panderer. Stop enabling women. You're not helping them if you do that. You may make them feel better in the now, but the future women that are coming up and hear you say that, they then think that they can wait to 35 to get a man. It does not help when you lie to women. No, a 35-year-old woman is not going to be as dateable as a 27-year-old woman. It's just it. And she knows the statistics of it too. She knows that it decreases to 30% chance when you hit 35. It just is what it is. Just like men we don't have all those options in our early 20s. You're not going to have those options when you're 35. It's just the law of nature. Get what you get, don't have a fit. I don't understand why we continue to go down this road where we act like the truth isn't the truth. And I won't say I hate, but I really dislike and I have a distaste for men who do this because they don't want to compete. They feel like if they just become the nice guy, they will eventually get in with the girl. And that never happens. You just become the friend. And the guy that you spend all your time talking to the girl about is the one ending up plowing the woman that you're complaining about. You know what I mean? So the woman goes to this friend that's been friend zoned because he thinks that playing the nice guy role is going to get him any play. And the guy that they end up talking hours about is the one that's going to come back to the house whenever he feels like it and plow her brains out, and she's going to love it. And then he's going to break her heart again, and then she's going to run back to you as just a friend because you're never going to go anywhere. You're never going to go further than that because women do not like men that are not willing to step up to the plate. If you want to play the little shy game and act like the nice guy, that's the result you're going to get. So him doing this, it doesn't help him and it doesn't help women because lying to women never helps them in the future. Lying to anyone doesn't help them. Not if you feel like, not if the truth is what they need to hear to go to the next level. Let's continue. The video is about a minute left. Let's see what we can get.
So I've been married for quite some time. My high school, so
I've been off the market.
I've been off the market for a long time. So.
Yeah, I mean, when women are young, we have all the power. I know this is quite a controversial thing to say, but I think a young man versus young woman, you're 18-year-old girl and 18-year-old boy. An 18-year-old boy is full of hormones, wants to have sex. An 18-year-old girl is desirable by most, well, for most men, I think, generally. And then she has to she's being chased and being pursued, and then she gets older, and then she gets more intelligent, more educated, and she becomes more attractive and more appealing, and on every level, then physically as well. And then the men start coming into their own when they get older as well.
And then they fall
out a little bit.
Get more mature, mentally fill out.
The success, the horse of success, more interesting to speak to, more intelligent, more eligible, I suppose. Again, this is in a general conventional sense, as opposites all the time.
Okay there, gentlemen, I had to bring it to you so you hear from the horse's mouth. This is a video by The Casual Bachelor. He makes great content, by the way. You could go check him out, Casual Bachelor. I'll say it again. He makes great content. But either way, this is what we know. It's from the horse's mouth. I had to report this to y'all because we know that in all these videos I make, women will eventually say what is already known to be true. You'll have a woman say that in one of the videos, a woman said that I'm a 10, every woman's a 10, this and this, you get a 10, you get a 10. You can go check the video. I think it's called Everybody is a 10. I think that's what I called it. She says that everybody is a 10, but then goes on to compare herself to other women whom she's prettier than. If everyone is a 10, then how are you prettier than her? Okay, so in a lot of these videos, women act like these rules and these laws of nature don't exist, but if you dig deep enough or if you wait long enough, you'll hear them explain to you exactly what it is. Another example, I have videos on the quote-unquote hoe phase that women have. Okay, and the women will pray up and down or say up and down that this doesn't affect them mentally. But in every video during this quote-unquote hoe phase, they have a moment where they say, I did feel guilty for a while, but my friends told me it was okay, so I pushed that aside, and I continued to do what I was doing. That little guilt that you feel, that's your conscience. You're going against your morals. Don't do it. Your body knows that it's not right. That's what that is. Ignore it if you want to, but face the natural consequences, and that is to get pregnant. So like I said again, a lot of the times women will tell themselves in these videos, you just gotta wait till long enough. Appreciate the Casual Bachelor for making the montage. Sorry about the audio if it was a little up and down. Appreciate y'all for being patient. Till next time.